So I'm going to be demonstrating the problem with luring behaviors in this first clip, and then there's another clip of him running the exact same course. In this first clip, I am luring every behavior. I'm luring every step. So there's food in my hand every step of the way. Look at these side steps. He looks like a total professional doing these side steps, moving his rear end beautifully. We're about to nail our 270 to the left. In a moment, he's going to rock a down, and he's going to be straight, body aligned with mine, collapses into a perfect down. He, for all intents and purposes, if you did not know better, looks like a very well-trained dog. And so this is why I like to say that luring is fake training. And it's not that you can't wean off a lure. It's not that luring has no place in dog training. But it does give false perceptions, because then what we're going to see is once this food is out of his face, and I'm going to run this exact same sequence with no food in his face, my markers, so as an owner, my markers have to be much more spot on, much faster, much more timely, right? Then you can see that without the food in his face, he has the availability to make mistakes and the availability to choose different behaviors. That when food was in his face, he did not have that availability. And so it can look like he's trained or look like he's being trained because no mistakes are happening. And the human psychology wants no mistakes to be happening. And so he put that food in their face so that they're getting it right. But the reality is once that food is gone, so is mostly the behavior. See, this 270, we cannot get this. He has no idea how to operate his body. It is really important to open space to your dog being able to make those mistakes. Because when he can't nail this 270 to the left, I get to say, in all this coming out of heel position, I know that there are pieces of his training missing that I need to go put value in just staying next to me. Outside of all other behaviors, value for heel position. And that's going to include turning in heel position. And those are going to be standalone exercises that need to be pinpointed for this dog to be successful. Here I'm going to completely lose Drax because he's not even going to do his down because there's no treat in my hand, and he has decided that his leash is more exciting. That is a whole separate issue that now needs to be worked on, is teaching this dog an out, teaching him when it's appropriate to tug his leash, if it's appropriate to tug his leash, to not take items until he's told otherwise. So when we allow space for the dog to make mistakes, we see our gaps in training, and we now know where to fill those gaps rather than just luring for falsehood, false training, or then starting to correct what we think our dog knows because we've been luring this whole time. So embrace the opportunity to know exactly where your training needs to get some help, and don't get caught up in the flashy training you see on social media.